Oh, sorry. I'm without sound. Sorry. Okay. I hope you hear me. Put pluses, please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Panyala. Thank you. Uh, so it's nice to see that so many people can join today. I know right now we have problems with electricity, so obviously, it's hard to find time, and I hope you right now in the safety, and you need to know that all webinars that we are doing right now, while there are some blackouts, uh, we will record, and also we will be sending you certificates, even if you just come for 1 minute. Even if you just register, it's okay. We are human beings. We understand that right now it's hard. But okay, give me a second. I will play with my mic a bit. I will bring it closer to me. So I hope it's better. Is it better? Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. So please use the chat to tell me and others where you're from. And also please use our slide. We usually use it. I often emphasize that it's collaborative tool that you can use not only just like webinars or something like that with your colleagues. You can use it with the students. It's very cool activity. And right now, as we are approaching the end of the year, I believe to do some quick revision with your students, it's one of the simplest ways how you can do it. Just give them Slido, opportunity to type in something. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes. If you without electricity, it's okay. Stay tuned. If anything, we will send you uh, the record of this webinar. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. We'll turn it off. Okay, I see. Oh, I know that Chervona Grad was renamed. Yes. Recently I've been there. I know it's Sheptytsky, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Dnipro, Kamensk, neighbors. I'm from Zaporizhia. I'm in Zaporizhia right now. So electricity, it's also something that I have to deal with. Yeah. I see people writing a lot that without electricity. Odessa, Poltava, Kharkiv, Dnipro. I know. It's a hard time for us to meet, and I know it's the tough winter for Ukrainians, but who says that we are weak? Yes? Who says that we won't survive? We can. We will try. Yes? And also, we're approaching the end of the year, and we know all of us love these festives. Yes? So, a bit of opportunity to let go. Yeah? Before the next year. So, thank you. Thank you for writing. I see we have people from different places. I know electricity is something that we have to deal everywhere right now, and it's not only about webinars; it's also about lessons. Yes, that's why it's so sad to do that. But today I have such topic to discuss with you. I want to discuss with you our previous lessons. Yes, something that we already done, something that our students already heard. Yes, something that we will use for tests with students. So obviously, it's very important to discuss something like that. Sometimes it's important to have discussions with your students, no matter if they're young learners or they already senior citizens about learning to learn, yeah, how to learn. But today we will be mostly talking about strategies that can help us to recall previous lessons and do it quickly and without a lot of input from the teacher. Yeah? So not a lot of teacher taking time needs to be done to recall previous lessons. If you go one more time through the grammar, giving students one more time presentation of grammar for them to recall something. It means that they didn't learn it in the first try. Yeah? So, okay, I see you joining. For new people, I will introduce myself. My name is Irina Malarova. I'm a senior ELT consultant of Linguist Company, and also I'm a ELT consultant of National Geographic Learning. So, two titles, one person. I today mostly as National Geographic Learning representative, and also as a teacher, as I learned most of these cases through my practice, through my tears, through my pain, yeah, knowing that students need to revise, yeah, and I need to provide opportunities, but not every time. It was so easy, yeah. You usually try to write this plan, what you will be doing through the lesson, but revision, I often struggled with it. How to help students to revise, not just give them some games or maybe set new goals. Yes, and I always wanted to, as a novice teacher, I always wanted to go for new knowledge. Yeah, like uh, newer the better. Yeah, and to revise something that we already learned is boring. Yeah. Uh, okay, I see we have problem with the sound, I believe. Give me a second, I will check it. Okay, give me a second, I will do that. Okay, so I see it goes through the test. Okay, maybe it's better. Is it better? Oh, yeah, I see it is working. Okay, so end of the test. Okay, but before we will go through the topic, and while we are waiting for someone who wants to re-enter, I need to mention your certificates. You know, Linguist always provides certificates to any webinars that you will be visiting with us. Also, I will tell you a cool thing that we are preparing. We want to give you something like a journal. Maybe it will be your portfolio of webinars for next year. There you can save your certificates, like your own study book, yeah, something like that. The topics you would like to visit, and also links to certificates and anything that you will be able to use, and also a place there you can leave your notes. So while we are preparing it, you will be able to find it with us. In general, I need to say that all certificates will be saved and stored with us, our Google Disk. And I usually ask you when. Okay, who can say it first? How much time do we need to give you certificates from NGL? I ask my colleagues and coworkers to give it to you sooner, but with NGL, I have all the power in my hands, so I usually ask to make it very quick. So 1, 2 days, 2, 3 days, yes. Week, maybe. No, just wait for it tomorrow. As we optimized this process, I'm very pleased if we will be talking today at the end of the webinar about resolutions. I believe it's important to make some resolutions for next year. One of resolutions from previous year that we accomplished, it was about certificates. I really wanted to have these certificates with numbers and all cool things that right now Minister of Education and Science ask us to provide. And also to do it quickly, to optimize this process, we are looking for new things to improve. So if you have any ideas, please tell us. You can just write to me. You will see my contacts at the end of the webinar. But I enjoy even the small moments of progression that we can make. So I believe it's very important to progress in anything that you do, no matter how mundane or very sophisticated task you're given. Yeah. So agenda for today will be like that. We will be talking about attention spans. So obviously, we need to figure out What is it? What's happening? Why our students stop listening to us? And also we will be talking about how it influences learning and what to do. What to do. My idea about sticking learning, it's more about retention, so we will be discussing that. And also, if you have any questions, I will try to answer them at the end of the webinar. You can use chat or you can use a Q&A. I believe it's there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see it. So I believe they are ready to go. How do you think? Do you have pretty big attention spans as human beings? Hmm? Is it big? How do you think? Like maybe long or short, yeah? As we are also human beings, teachers, yes, and we have our own attention spans to what our students doing. And it's not something like it's only about students. It's about people, how we learn, how we do our activities. Sometimes we need to look at ourselves like in the mirror and reflect and figure out what we can do as human beings and what is hard for us to do. And then work over it, yeah, like try to improve some things, like develop skills, but still acknowledge that some things are beyond our control. Okay, hi. So tell me in the chat, attention spans. How do you think? How many minutes you can pay attention to any type of activity? Just one activity that you need to do with your students. You, as a teacher, how much minutes you can pay attention to it? Recall, like maybe your previous lesson and you've done some listening or reading or writing with your students. How long? How do you think? How long does it take you to start losing attention? Hmm? I know about myself. I tried. I tried to take a look at some reading activities and also speaking activities, and then I stopped listening. I even had experience about then. If you're talking about time, I stopped uh, paying attention, and I know the best time for me to do anything about learning, like teach or learn something myself, it's from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. So it's my uh, let's call it's my period, then I can learn something and help other people to learn. Yeah. Yes, it definitely depends on the age. We will be discussing it, but it's interesting about ourselves, and you will be able to see what we are doing today. It's more about what you can do with your students. Obviously, then ask you questions about you. The same you do with the students. Then it helps people to pay attention to what we discuss. Okay, let's go through results. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, almost a half an hour. 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Oh, 40 minutes. Oh, okay. Oh, pretty long one. Okay, 15, 20, 3 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm still around 10 minutes, I believe. Yeah. I'm closer to the lost case. Here. Okay. Uh, I'm very easily distractible person. Never try to improve it, really. So the bad case to discuss. Okay, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, be prepared to be shocked. Average human being has only 8 seconds. Yes, but you will see it's not like I'm saying here that your students pay attention to you only for 8 seconds. Yes, I know, but it's also about some results, and it was played like myth. Not enough scientific research, but not enough research that can really say that it's myth. Yeah, so uh, I'm in 2 months about that, but I believe I still need to mention it. Yeah, and we are not speaking about people worse than goldfish, as that is myth. Okay. This research that I found that we can discuss, it's about 200 people. So it's only about tendencies that we can see, and usually they work for in most cases. And I can say from my practice, yes, I have seen it that young adults pay more attention to what we do than children and elderly people. So the older we get, the more distractible we are. They have more responsibilities, opportunities to get distracted. It's harder to take phone away from working people than from teenagers. From my experience with adults. And also the good news is that teenagers pay much more attention. They train, yeah, they train to pay attention, and they can spend time with you learning. Not every time, not all the things that you teach will be in their attention span. Yes, sometimes they will be distracted, and it means that at times it's important to return this attention, their attention, while they still have it, to you, yeah. And also try to remember that they will be dividing this attention span between several activities they would like to do, and also several subjects they would like to think about. So if you introduce some additional topics to discussion, some of them will be helping to distract your students, some of them will be helping to return attention of your students to what you were originally doing. So we can play with it, yeah, they can play. And also it's something about gender, yeah. Girls can do better with the distractions, but not every time. I've seen very distractible girls and very attentive boys, but it's more about how much we want to put our powers, our time into any type of activity. So obviously we have biology and we need to deal with it. Yes. And also we have some learned behaviors, yes, that will be helping and supporting what we are doing. So I believe we need to remember that attention spans, they usually happen when we create opportunities for our students. Tell me, how to create opportunity for students to pay attention? What we need to do? Imagine a situation. You, Blackboard students, yes, around 20 of them, book, and we need to make them pay attention, motivate them. Obviously, it's a big topic of motivation, and we usually speak about it. Yes, you need to motivate. You need to build connections. Obviously, tell the joke. Yes, you build connections like that. You become more understandable and approachable for your students, and then they pay more attention. Okay, to switch to another activity, I believe we can go in that way. Like if one activity is not working for you, maybe it's time to find another activity, but it's escape. It works only here in one moment. But if you will teach your students, and they very quickly learn your teaching patterns, that then they show that they are bored. You just switch activity and give them something more funny. You stop teaching them, you give them jokes. Then they will be trying to imitate that they are bored. They will be more actively distracted. Yeah, they will provide these distractions for themselves. Previous webinar we discussed several generations and how they can be distracted. But it's important for you to know that we are not giving up. Yes, like they need to be the superheroes who won't be given up and on particular learning objectives. So our learning intentions are so important that we can give up most of cases, but two things we won't give up: Ukraine and learning intentions. So we can maybe tweak activity a little, but Yes, like Victoria proposed to take activity and do something, add some physical elements to that, maybe, yeah. Like reading and mingling, standing up, going around, asking opinions, doing some survey, or maybe just having several discussions. I will ask you, please, write not only to me, but also to everyone I want to ask to share ideas. Okay. Topics that interesting for their age. Obviously, if we bring interesting topics, but if it's if it's 5 people, it's easy to find something interesting and that will hold that attention. If it's 20, some of them like to play games, some of them enjoy watching films. Some of them don't watch any films. So some of them don't want to read big text. Some of them already have this habit and it's easy for them to do. Yes? Okay. Sergey propose personalized approach. Yes, and not only to assignments. I believe it's important to understand that class from class, they are different. Yes, different classes, different people, so different approach to the same topics. Yes, we can bring the same topic, but we need to personalize it. And also, I will tell you, I learned it not in teaching training. I learned it from journalism, as I have editing and publishing as my education, as my major. You know, what people enjoy the most in any type of news, in any type of new information, in anything, they will pay much more close attention if it's about them. If it's about something that happens near them, if it's something that can happen to them. Yeah, that's why all this news about something happening closer to us, like then I'm living in Zaporizhia, obviously I will be reading some news from Dnipro. Yes, and also if I'm approaching some age that more prone to illnesses, maybe I will be picking up some news about it. Yeah, so it's how human beings are work. So obviously, then you give opportunity for students to give personal response, or maybe you provide them opportunity to change the activities a bit, homework during the classroom, beyond the classroom learning, like what we would like to read while you are giving them opportunity to go and read beyond the classroom. Yes, all that will be helping them to pay more attention. So obviously, it's not about motivating like, well done, good. No, we need to provide opportunities for students to understand that we cater for their needs, but also we have learning intentions. Okay, use real English. Yes, obviously. We don't just go with students in direction of the tests. Yes, it's very important. My next slide, it's about retention. Okay, yeah, multitasking is a bad one. Previous webinar, I was talking about this one, about how we provide information, how to help students to pay attention. One of my best ideas is about highlighting something, about putting ideas before students, having discussion with them, what is important, and helping them to learn not only just through providing examples, but also providing practice and providing tips. It's very important. When they do activity, they need to see what they are working with. It's not like I help them cheat, but it's also important how we can help students to pay more attention to something. Sometimes we just unintentionally, sometimes intentionally, in most cases it's unintentionally, we push our students to the stress zone and they stay there. And that's why they lose this attention, like they find easier things to do while they sit during lessons. Like, why not to listen to, I don't know, Taylor Swift list song? Yeah, it's also very hard to learn English. Never heard from people that they learned English for to the level C1, just listen to the music. But it's still one of the myths that we can have right now, that if you just watch films, yeah, if you just listen to music, the magic will happen. Still, to meet with people. Hope there are some of them between us. Yeah, but I'm more for productive learning, not just occasional. Okay, topics which are interesting. Okay, I take the second row. Okay, I play with volume voice. Yes, yes. This is a trick of saying louder or saying quieter something. It can help. It's something that we can pick up from primary school. Also, one of my teachers, I can say that is one of the best practice. It's more about if you need attention here and immediately. It's just clapping, like something is happening and you just clap, but you do it in such sarcastic and such long with such long pauses, like yeah, and some for random noises or random sounds also can help, like kitty kitty kitty, yeah, um something like that, something that students don't expect to hear from you at this moment. This can bring the attention, but it's just here and now. Like for someone who is distracted, you can scream. Yeah, you can always scream if you would like. It's also a way how some teachers did it. Yeah. But we need to remember right now, in the age of ELT, that we pay attention to teachers' well-being. That's why screaming it's very bad for our voices, yeah, and our bodies. So the first thing that we care, that we don't want to harm teachers. That's why it's important not to do like that. But screaming is still sometimes a way to get attention. Скільки я буду вам це повторювати? And it can be louder and louder and louder. I hate this particular phrase. Скільки можна? Yeah? Okay, yeah, there will be a recording, will be. So we need to understand that then we want our students to pay attention. Our idea that we want to give them as general what we are doing in our classroom, why they are gathering, why they need to pay attention, that we will be giving them new knowledge, but it's like blocks. Yes, it's like Tetris. They need to put one block on another. So new information comes and stays tuned with us only if we can recall previous information that we already learned, that we already developed the skill, that we already know how to implement in different situations, not just one. Yes, we can look at the grammar and modify it a bit. Yes, like we can use first conditional or mixed conditionals. We know or different situations that to use it. So all that will be helpful. So obviously, students, if they come only to lessons for new knowledge, no, we come to first of all, the first task that we need to do and put in our lesson plans, it's revision of previous knowledge. Yes, we need to help our students to bring all the knowledge that they have, and also to help them to share this knowledge, as teachers are not libraries. Yeah, so obviously, if you're speaking to students, you providing them this presentation is good, but also you can ask your students, if we're speaking about level A1, I understand it's hard to find some knowledge about English within such students' knowledge bank. But if we're speaking about B1, if we're B1, we can help you to explain present simple or present perfect in pretty general ideas. Yes, maybe some exceptions we will forget, but in many cases it still will be a nice revision lesson about grammar. Yes, or if you're doing some reading, we already pick up some strategies how to read. Yes, and they can share it. So why not to discuss before reading how we will be reading a topic? Yeah, so all that is very important, and that helps us to stay motivated. People like to pay attention then they have challenges. That's why it's very important to explain that we are not just giving you a stressful activity of learning new information. No, first what we will do, we will revise what you already know, like to give you a gear to prepare you for new knowledge, and then you will be conquering this new knowledge. We will be learning something new, adding it to what you already learned, and also revise. Yeah, like it's good to use spaced repetition, so we can do that. Yeah. Provide a lot of fun activities and not so fun activities to help to revise students. Yeah. And tell me, do you have any revision session before tests? Do you give students this opportunity, or tell them to revise at home? What do you prefer? Please write revision session or revise at home, like at home or session. Both. Both. Okay, good. If it's both is good. As we sometimes need to be given opportunity to take a look at our mistakes and revise individually. Yes, but peer revision and peer self-assessment, yeah, can help. If we do it together, if we revise, we play games about vocabulary, grammar, about topics that we learned. We find new opportunities for writing together. Yeah, and it's all built around units that we already learned through. Yeah, and we just go quickly through it. I believe it's very important. But I know that revision at home, it requires to have very motivated students, very motivated students, as usually done like okay, I will look through for 5 minutes, maybe. That's why even they tell students that you need to revise. It's like their mom telling them they need to clean up their room. Yeah, like okay. I need to clean up, but sometimes I will do it, sometimes I won't. Then it's session. It's something that can bring more structure, more organization, and also it can help to create community that's learning together and supporting each other. Right now, the approach in education that ask us not to be individualist, ask us to be more about helping and supporting each other. If we speaking about mediation, soon we will be with high school. We will be talking about that. They need to provide support and help each other to pick up knowledge that maybe we skip somewhere. Okay. Also, it's important for us to set priority that what we are learning, it's not for a test. Previously, in my practice, I need to tell you that I was given lesson privately. I was often asking teenagers, what would you like to do? You want to learn for school, for tests, or you would like to learn for yourself? Just to develop general understanding of the English, and also maybe no, like previously for traveling, yeah, for traveling, for learning more about other countries, for being able to read, to listen, to play using English. And in many cases, this question about are you for tests or are you for lifelong learning? Um, I understand how stupid I was asking that. Like I was already setting boundaries on my students, telling them, okay, you have two roads, tests or you just learning for yourself. And obviously, what is more prioritized by students, it's tests. Yes, no matter what, it's still the results we would like to achieve. So obviously, it was not smart move. Oh, sorry. not smart move from me to ask students, would you like to prepare for tests? We preparing for tests. Obviously, we need to prepare for tests, but it can be one of our goals, what we are doing with revision. Like it's a bonus. You will be able to pass the test easily with flying colors, yes. But if we speaking about learning, we want to learn in meaningful ways. Being able to use in real life, and also to learn fresh English, that English that can be spoken with other people, not just something like, I don't know, tell me, I still into minds about this one. I see it differently in different books. Pupils, do we still use it as students, or we don't? How do you think? Is I was told differently from by different teachers. And some books say that it's still meant students, pupils. Uh, some that it's not. How do you think? Do you still call your students pupils? No. It's just one of these how to figure out real world English we are using now. No, and so many ways how to do that. Like some of my colleagues really enjoy to teach Tango twisters and items. I just tap to items. Okay. No, 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 no. I agree with you. It's something I can call it like from previous life. From previous life and books that never will return to Ukraine, I hope. Yeah. School kids, school children, school boys, school girl. Yes, and easier to it's easier to understand. Yes, as we using like two words. Yeah, and collocations. It's they how to help students to progress quicker, how to develop vocabulary quicker. Yeah, so learners, scholars. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I believe it's very important. We need to pay attention how fresh vocabulary are given is given to us by the book. As I've seen several titles in Ukraine that still call our country the Ukraine. Yeah, like Republic. Not the cool move. Yeah. So we need to pay attention. What we give our students. Hi guys. Hi guys. Okay. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. Yeah. Okay. Good. So fresh, real world English, yes. And sometimes we help our students to prepare for tests, but it can be done like something like study group. Yeah, they can prepare for tests. We can just give them opportunity to have this minutes to do it together, like self-study or peer activity. But nevertheless, just several moments. Yeah. Okay, and next one is that we need to understand they need to grow. They need to grow up. They need to leave other institutions and find their places in the real world. So obviously, what we want them to become human beings that will be supporting this country, that they will be developing this country. If not this country, at least they will be developing themselves, their own skills, and they will bring the best to this world. Like they will be having some values. They will be able to support their family. Yeah, like if you're not speaking about something global or patriotic or other pretty big ideas, if it's about only them, it's still very important for them to develop as human beings that we can be proud of helping them to grow. Yeah. So I'm for that we set such priorities. It's like a very complicated rule that it's hard to write on some rule list the students, but it's very important. Okay, it's very important for us to understand that behind any type of activity we need to do with our students, such ideas need to be used there. Okay, I see that if it's only girls in a group, I call them ladies. Okay. Yeah, it's gender marked vocabulary. Yeah. Right now we're trying to move in more general. Schoolers, okay, guys, ladies, learners. Okay, yeah, so I myself a big fan of students. I don't know why I just enjoyed this word study, and that's why I like to say learners or students. Okay, so I'm taking you with me to the NGL platform. We will be taking a look at the book. I've chosen New Close Up A2. So we are talking about teenagers, and we will be speaking about A2. So it's that span that they still can pay attention, but it takes time. Let's take a student book, and I want to go through several pages that it's called reading, listen, and speaking. So tell me, if I will show you these 2 pages, is it distractible? Or it's ask for attention. It grab attention of the students. How do you think? Plus or minus? Plus if it's it gets attention of students. Minus if it's distractible. Yes, distractible. A lot of colors is happening here. Yeah. Okay, good. Sometimes we need to criticize books. It's also important. You need to always be flexible mind and to understand that you have your own teaching priorities and also your teaching style, and you need to find what caters for you. Okay, tell me, if I do like that, is it better? Plus or minus? Is it better? Obviously, obviously. What I want to emphasize, very quick trick, it's that we need to help students to pay focus. We need to facilitate their attention is going. So if I given them opportunity to read like that, some of them will be reading here, yeah. There we see this text, find your passion. Some of them will try to look what is Spider-Man, what's happening there, yeah. So I need to be in control. Where students are paying attention. It's a quick tip, but I can say it working the best for me. As in most cases, people like that they controlled a bit, in a sense that there is a person who is saying that what we are doing. Yes, so teachers are natural facilitators. That's why then we ask our students to pay attention to a particular thing. It's easier to them to just follow. To follow in this paradigm that we propose them. Obviously, between 2 things that you see right now, all students, if they're teenagers, if they're adults also, they will be paying more attention to this one, to the picture. You need to understand any type of picture always gets attention. It always gets attention. If it's something like that, this guy who runs away, not this one, who runs away from his school, and even dances. So obviously it will get attention more than any type of questions that are written here. And students, at some point, while we will try to discuss this picture, yes, they will lose attention to even to the picture. So obviously, we pay attention to colorful things, but it also stops very quickly. We would like to know what's the next. What's the next? That's why one of good tips that I can give you, if you do it, like not just reading solely, but you also doing vocabulary and reading. For example, you have 2 pages, yeah. Not to show the second page, or third one for me, as you can see here. But tell your students before they will do anything during the lesson that if they will see something amazing, but not let them to pay attention to that. Always returning their focus here and just stimulating them that we will be progressing soon. But before that, before you will look there, you will be looking here. So sometimes this seems like a bit too much, but sometimes we need to control, to take this control and ask students to pay attention to what they need to do. That's why if I just show them 2 pages, take a look. I need to read the text with you, for example. We need to do this task, yeah? Before that, I need to teach you some tip how to read this text, yeah? To do this task effectively. But the first thing that you will do, you will start reading text, like looking, okay, I don't know, I know, no, stuff like that. You will try to pay attention to what words you know, what words you don't know. So obviously, even if we very good students and we would like to pay attention, naturally, we looking for some fun activities. We look for activities that help us to show that we have some knowledge, what we would like to read. Maybe I recall my experience as a student. Your students try to count what sentence they need to read. Like, okay, we have 10 people today. I'm 8. I will be reading this or that. Yeah. So I won't pay attention to the rest of the text, but I will be reading about Calvin became. Yeah, Calvin became. So it will be my sentence. So all that is distractions, even while they are preparing for reading. So obviously, I need to get you away from the text, from the task. I need to go through strategy with you, have some discussion about it, make it big, yeah, pretty big. Or even better, I will show you. Sometimes it's good to do like that. If it's too colorful, we just take the everything and leave you only with the text and the task. It's important that right now we are very distractible, and to do the hub and not to provide you with more distractions, what we can make sometimes to limit your access to all these distractible elements, even if it's online, if it's offline, yes. So sometimes I still recall this practice. My teacher was telling me and my fellow mates, so they need to take a piece of paper or some notebook and just close the page that they won't be doing today. Pretty old practice, but still working. So close what you don't need, yes? And open, then you feel like it's time to open. But for students to understand why you're doing that, you need to explain them that they need to pay attention and also tell them what will be there, like give them a bit of trailer, yeah, or maybe just some a bit of spoiler, but not the full one about what you will be doing there. Okay, it will be written, but you won't. It's too early to know what it will be about, and you don't know what I would like you to do with reading. So we will be just learning right now only strategy and playing through it. But also, it's very important to return to what Panzer was telling us. Personalized activities. It's very important that then my students do now something like that. Discuss strategy. It seems like I need to give presentation, but the first thing that I need to do, I need to bring the topic. Looking for phrases with the same meaning. What I will do, I will even close this blog, yeah, this advice. I will ask students to tell me how they will do that, and any wild guesses, any brainstorming can help. Yes, maybe we will find our own formula how to do it better than book provides. People can bring knowledge, can bring the experience to the classroom. And that can help. And also, then we have such discussions. It helps students to pay more attention, to revise what they learned, not just lesson ago, yeah, but what they learned a grade ago with you. Maybe not with you if they just came with you to your classroom, but nevertheless, we can recall. And it's very important that we provide such opportunities, small opportunities, but good questions about um, something that they can create, yeah, productive questions that will be helping students to make it more sticker, yeah. So there are a lot of techniques, yeah, how you can do, but always we start with the practice that students need to speak. They need to speak about what they're learning. They need to have this discussion with you. If people don't speak, then you can like turn on the timer. They start to lose their attention. Yes, if they see other people speaking but they just listening, they start to lose their attention to what's happening during the lesson. So obviously the good practices, and books provide you with a lot of such practices. It's like work in pairs, discuss, yes. So it's for your students, all of them, to have some discussions, to draw something, to speak to each other, not maybe for you. Even while they analyze, it's also a good practice while they speaking, while they thinking. Yes, it helps. And also you can play with something like that if you don't want to have all this loud lessons, yeah, only speaking, speaking, speaking. I sometimes use timer just for opportunity to students to think. Like, I will give you a question, this one, and I see that it takes time to think about it. So you have 1 minute to write down as many ideas as you would like to bring to the table. Yeah, as sometimes students want to answer a question with personal response, but some other people already answered before they had opportunity to say something, and that's why it's like, oh, my motivation is going down. Yeah, for such students, for them to have to provide to bring more, to recall more, using timer for 1-2 minutes to revise and return. There's a list of ideas, not just one idea. It's very helpful. And obviously, we don't learn just in vacuum. We need to understand. They passed through many grades, yeah, they learned something there. They had their share of mistakes. They had their share of achievements. They had their own share of experience, how to learn and even how to teach. As I told you, students very quickly pick up teaching patterns, and they even try to force some patterns on us. Like, I still recall one of my fellow classmates was calling our English teacher, Teta Nadia, just for her to scream every lesson. And she screamed almost every lesson at him. But I knew then I was a stupid teenager. But even then, I didn't like this, as it was distracting us from learning English. But nevertheless, it's how students can push you to doing something that you want include in your teacher plan. Yeah. So thank you for being with me today. Given me an hour to speak about it. I hope it won't be um the last topic about revision and how students pay attention. But I will ask you to stay tuned to the news. They have a pretty big shift in our staff, and I would like you to be among the first ones who will hear about it. How to do that? Please come to our page, National Geographic Learning. Oh, and if you still didn't get this advent calendar, please go there and pick it up. We will send you a link together with certificates. So I wish you to have safe evening, yes, and also I wish you to have opportunities to teach safely this year and next year too. Obviously, we will meet already next year with you. Yeah. But I hope uh I hope this festives and also holidays still look at least a bit as all the festives and holidays that we had previously. Yeah. And we had the no we deserve these opportunities to let it go for a moment. Yes. I'm because the Su is protecting us. Yes. So Слава Україні, героям слава, бережіть себе. Yeah? Your certificates will be sent to you in 1 working day. So obviously, if you don't have your certificate, you need to contact me. This is my contact information. If you have any ideas that you would like to share, some resolutions about next year, please also contact me. I would like to hear it from you. If you would like to buy anything, like you're looking for new books, please contact us. We have right now a lot of cool textbooks that we can provide free access to you, and you can enjoy them together with us. One of my favorites is New Close Up that you have seen. Oh, this new title, voices that right now we're proposing for high school and young adults. Okay, so thank you for today. Stay safe, and I wish you Merry Christmas, yes? As it's already approaching in several days. Bye-bye.